CTV Community Television presents the Focus Program, hosted by Paul Dingeman.
We're coming up the middle part and end of the month of September. Focus is beginning with Whistles on the Water and St. Clair Fall Festival. That's what we're going to talk about today here on the Focus Program. We're glad you are along. Dave Michelson from Whistles on the Water, welcome back to the Focus Show.
It's always a pleasure.
Nice to see
Paul.
you, sir.
Always a pleasure.
You are the resident expert on everything whistles, and you brought this one along. What have I got in my hand?
Well, you have a typical steam whistle, small by our standards. This was built or manufactured before the year 1900 in Detroit by a company called Penberthy.
Okay.
Penberthy was more known for making injectors, which were a critical thing in putting water into boilers.
Okay.
So,
the steam comes from a vessel, or comes into the vessel.
it comes from a boiler.
Boiler.
Yep. And our boiler that we have at Whistles on the Water can produce an enormous amount of steam because we have not only the boiler, but we have a reservoir tank which holds superheated water that when we blow the whistle, we get enormous amounts of steam, all the steam that we could ever need to blow any of these whistles.
So you're going to have a whistle like this, plus how many more whistles?
We expect that we will have, and this one actually will not be here, we will have whistles that are many times bigger than this. We're talking about steamship whistles. We're talking about ones that are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feet tall. We should have about 60 whistles there this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have enough time during the day to blow them all. It's been a challenge in recent years because we have so many whistles coming now that, you know, we're literally pressed for time to get everybody's whistle blown during the day.
Let's step back a couple spaces and say that the event that you're involved in is one called Whistles on the Water. Happens the 26th.
26th of September.
26th of September. St. Mary's Fall Festival is the 25th through 27th, so lots of things happening in the city of St. Clair. You are going to be located along the water in what is affectionately called the scenic turnout, and you draw thousands of people during the day. But how did it all start?
This got started actually about 8 years ago through the efforts of a fellow by the name of Dan Lockwood.
Yep.
Another fellow, Al Johnson.
Yep.
Another fellow, Chris Tabor.
Great.
And myself. We were kind of the group that put our heads together, presented this idea to the city of St. Clair. This was a great deal of effort that Dan Lockwood did. City of St. Clair embraced the idea, and so far we haven't upset enough people in this town to be kicked out.
If the boys in the control room will throw up some pictures here on this back screen while you and I are talking, it'll give the audience maybe a flavor of what happens on the day on the 25th. No, that's the boats. We'll hold those till later. We're going to go to the DVD, and there we go. Okay, what have we got here? This is early morning sunrise.
This is early morning on the St. Clair River there, right down in the park there. I believe it's called Palmer Park.
Right.
And there's one of our steam whistles waiting to be installed. This is actually the storage tanks for our water and our oil to actually feed the boiler. Okay. And you have some whistles.
That is the crew. It takes a lot of people.
It takes a lot of people to put this on. And yeah, amazingly, we always need volunteers. It's great. This particular fellow was a well-known Great Lakes mariner. This is Captain Bill Hoy with his whistle, which was from the excursion ship North American. Sad to say that we lost Captain Bill 2 years ago on the day of our whistle blow. So,
oh my God.
here's some steamship whistles on the rack, what we refer to as the rack, where we hold them until we will install these on the boiler manifold.
Which you can see behind.
You can see in behind there. This gives the public an opportunity to view them up close, see the various styles, the various sizes, and why these Great Lakes ship whistles are, each one of them is unique. There's a good view of the business end of the boiler.
And we should say right at this point that a young man by the name of Al Johnson is responsible for putting this whole piece together.
Al Johnson, and also I need to acknowledge there's another fellow who finished this off and makes it work. His name is Eric Cameron.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric Cameron. Here's a nice little shot with various pipe fittings, steam whistle, and in the background you can see our magnificent whistle machine.
There's lots of things called niches, and so this certainly is a niche for people that like the Great Lakes, people like water.
This is the only event of its type anywhere.
Keep rolling them, guys.
Another view, the whistles, and close to you there we have Typhon horns, which came from a Great Lakes ship. These are steam horns, which actually replaced whistles, but we have 3 different sizes, and we can produce a marvelous chime sound. Here we have this is a locomotive whistle. That was there a number of years back. You can see it has a shield around it to direct the sound forward.
Okay. That's a picture of you.
This is yours truly. I do the narration, the master of ceremonies. I provide the information about each whistle. And
you also land planes in that.
And I land planes. Yeah, that's
costume.
It. Then I actually blow the whistles. I put on some special heat protective gloves, and
so what's the temperature of the steam right there at that point?
475 degrees
Whoa.
Fahrenheit. Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, that steam is 150 to 170 pounds per square inch, and yeah, it's very, very hot, and you can be easily burned, very severely burned.
Or you can pull them by the rope.
Or I can pull, yeah. Typically, I like to pull them with the lanyard, but there are some that must be operated by hand.
Okay. There's another one by hand.
Yeah, this is actually a steam siren, another type of sounding equipment it's different than a whistle. It's much like the sirens that you would hear on an emergency vehicle these days, except it's operated by steam.
Okay, next.
This is one of our large steamship whistles, actually blowing. Now this sound can be heard anywhere from 6 to 8 miles distant.
Oh my God.
Another close-up of that whistle being blown. This is I'm blowing here a whistle referred to as a gong, and the gong has steam that comes out in 2 directions. There's a common center, and then there's bells in complete opposite directions, so the steam actually comes out at me as I'm blowing it.
Okay. Get a good crowd.
Yeah, we get
One thing we noticed about the crowd is they come, they go, they come, they go.
They come, they go.
A lot of them probably come from this and go up to the St. Mary's Fall Festival.
Yes.
Enjoy that, the rides and everything there with their children. Come back and take more of the day in the steam show.
Now, as you'll see,
show.
You'll see some of the people there have got special hearing protection. We do recommend that you have hearing protection if you're in the immediate area, and we do provide earplugs.
Okay.
We have people handing them out. Another feature that we do, I will personally contact each passing ship by radio, and I inform them of what we're doing and ask them to salute us as they're passing by the park there, and I'll return a salute. And what's really nice about that is the echo that comes off of the side of the ship. Very, very nice. Here we have a wonderful little pump whistle. This is actually an air whistle. We have a gentleman who brings this every year. It's probably one of the smallest whistles that we have at the event. There's if you can see over on the left-hand side there, we have a manifold down on the boardwalk, and we allow the general public to come down and select a particular whistle that they'd like to hear, and they can actually pull the cord and sound the whistle. And when this is being done, we have a photographer there who will take pictures of the people doing it, and it's a wonderful experience for children.
The Grovers from St. Clair Wilderness have picked up the cost of that for years.
Yes,
and
indeed.
years.
Yes, indeed.
And the guys can keep just rolling through those pictures as we talk here. And they pick up this, and so people come down, they can have their picture taken, and before they leave the event, they're handed the picture.
They're given a nice little customized folder
and there's some
for the event and with the photo.
There's some great pictures here of young kids that are just, their eyes are bigger than the whistle.
And this is the kind of experience that, you know, we can get these kids hooked on something.
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
right, that's right.
If we can get just a couple, it'd be great.
Let's go through the day while those are rolling. What day is it again? What time does it start?
This is Saturday, September 26th. It's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay. And I believe that the St. Clair Rotary Club is going to have their drawing for a trip on the Great Lakes Freighter.
Great Lakes Freighter, yes.
At the end of the day.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Tickets will be available through
Yes,
Rotary
there will
too.
be out on the
That's
sidewalk.
a great shot there of that little guy.
Oh yeah, they have such a time with it. They really, really do enjoy it. So it's a great event for all ages, from children up to people old enough to remember when these magnificent ships with these whistles were passing by. It's interesting to note that steam whistles on the Great Lakes have been gone now for more than 40 years.
Really?
Yes.
Because the new vessels
have horns.
Have horns.
Yep. Some of the horns were steam, but even the steam horns now are practically gone, and all we have now are air horns.
Okay. Pretty loud air horns.
They're loud air horns. They do the job, but they don't have the distinctive sound and romance.
Is that what it is? Is it the sound?
It's the sound. The sound. Every
it's a
one
richer,
of these,
fuller sound?
Well, every one of these whistles has a unique sound, which there can be little differences in the way the whistle was manufactured, the boiler pressure that the whistle is being blown, and even the captain who is pulling the pull can actually give it a distinctive sound. With the air horn, all they're doing is pushing a button, and the horn blows. So there were variables in the operation of a steam whistle that made them unique. In railroad days, it was literally a thing where railroad engineers would make their whistle talk. They could do all sorts of things to vary the pitch and the volume and everything, and make the whistle talk. And people knew who the engineer was on that train going by that sound of the whistle. And it was much the same way on the Great Lakes. I had an uncle who could honestly tell the difference between one ship and another, just like somebody's voice.
A couple other items. There's an event going on across the street in the the St. Clair Plaza Park, which is called Chalk the Walk, that the
I'm
Art
glad
Association
you mentioned that.
is putting on. And so if there are young people, they can come over across and they can take chalk and design something and have some entertainment, because there's a lull period between when you're mounting and dismounting the different whistles.
That's correct.
There is some break time there.
That's correct.
Again, to go up to 6th Street to see St.
But
Mary's
let me
Fall.
point out, though, that during that lull time, that is the time that we allow the public to blow the whistles down on the
Oh,
boardwalk.
okay.
So actually, we have kind of
fill.
a fill with that. So
Okay.
they can go down and do that when we're having our main stage event with the big ship whistles.
There's no little.
There's no little whistles.
Okay, all right. And one thing we've not talked about, is there a cost to admission?
It's absolutely free.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to cordon off a 6 to 8 mile radius and charge admission to get, I mean, there's absolutely no way you could do it. So yeah, everything with this is free. I would suggest to some people who have sensitive hearing, find a place further down in the park, or even up at the St. Mary's Festival. You will hear the whistles up at the St. Mary's Festival. The sound of these whistles will be in downtown St. Clair all day.
Your narration will be carried throughout the park. So
Yes.
literally people could sit down by the Voyager restaurant, or maybe even in the Voyager restaurant, and hear your description.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely. And I would like to point out one other thing. Our Canadian neighbors across the river can hear the entire event and my narration as well. And I've said, well, one of these years you need to come over and see everything up close. And they said, we don't need
We
to
don't
do
need
that
to come across.
because the sound is wonderful over there in Courtright. And I've looked, and sure enough, along the riverbank, the people have their lawn chairs, and they're
enjoying the day. And
yes.
hearing your narration. That's
Yes.
great.
And I'll also point out this will happen rain or shine.
Okay.
So if it's a good day, if we're blessed, as we have been many years, it's a wonderful day. If it's not a wonderful day, we go ahead and do it anyway.
The 26th, a Saturday, from 9 in the morning till 6 p.m.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dave Michelson,
I'm
always a
living-
pleasure to see you.
I'm living the dream.
I know you are. I know you are. And
This
it's
is
awful nice of you to
wonderful.
leave this with me.
You're entirely welcome.
No, I don't think that's going to be. I don't think I'd be taking it home.
All right.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
So that's your invitation to come to the St. Clair Plaza Park for Chalk the Walk, and also across the street to Whistles on the Water. We're going to hear all about the wonderful, and I think it's the 41st, isn't it? 41st annual St. Mary's St. Clair Fall Festival. As soon as I get the word straight, in just a minute. As we were talking about Whistles on the Water, we alluded to a couple times about a wonderful event that's just up the street, 6 blocks, called the St. Mary's Fall Festival. Chairman of that, once again, you got to stop raising your hand.
I'm just a co-chair. I'm not the chairperson.
Oh, okay. You
All right.
found somebody else. Bob Stockey, welcome back to the Focus program.
Thanks for having
Good
me.
to have you here. 41 years, raising lots of money for lots of good things.
Absolutely.
What's happening this weekend? The 25th, Friday the 25th through Sunday the 27th.
Yep. So we've got 3 nights of actually live music this year. So that's awesome. We're really excited about that. So on Friday we have Paul Shunk. He's going to be kicking us off and he does a great job. And then on Saturday night we have Under Pressure. That's a new band for us. So we've got 2 new bands this year. So that'll be fun.
What types of music?
Easy listening, rock and roll,
Whatever you need.
Sing along, dance
Popular
along.
music.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. And then coming back for a 3rd time on Sunday is Toppermost. And Toppermost is our Beatles tribute band, and they do a great job. If you didn't see them last year, come out this year. They have 4 costume changes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, through the different genres of the Beatles, and it's amazing. You can sing along to every song,
Yeah.
and they are a lot of fun. So that's really neat. So that's
What times are the band?
Paul's on
Paul
at 8.
starts at 8.
right.
And Under Pressure starts at 8:30, and Toppermost starts at 5, so
Right.
a little earlier.
Right. A little earlier on Sunday night. We end at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and that's with our big drawing. So we have our grand prize, and we do our big raffle at 8 o'clock, and then the festival's over.
One thing I noticed on your brochure was, I circled it here, is new Polish dinner accordion music. What that piqued my interest. What is that all about?
Right. Well, we always had a gap on Saturday night. So the gap was people were saying, hey, there's no dinner on Saturday night. And so this year we're adding a Polish dinner. We've heard there that the one that happened at the Knights of Columbus, I think they've had that a couple years now, and it's been very popular and well received. So we're doing a Polish dinner on Saturday night, and then we're going to have accordion music. It's Ed Legacki is he's going to be doing the accordion music. So so we're hoping that people really like that, and it fills out our dinner schedule. So Friday night we have our fish fry, and then Saturday night we're going to have the Polish dinner, and then we have Saturday afternoon right up until 6 o'clock we have.
And Monday you go to Weight Watchers and lose weight from all the great food you've had all week.
That's right. That's right. You get to clean up the festival. But,
Right.
Yeah. So that's a new event on the. So we
Yeah.
got some new bands, and we have a new dinner.
There's a lot of new stuff, but one of the features of it is the old stuff that I haven't seen somebody in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and they come back. It's like a homecoming.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. That's the way I describe it. The neatest part about it, obviously, is the fundraising for our church. That's awesome. But
Right.
you get to see everybody that you went to high school with and people you haven't seen in years, and how much bigger their kids are getting. And it's really a lot of fun. It is
And
definitely.
oh my
a
God,
homecoming.
you got 4 kids now, and
Right, right.
all that kind of good stuff.
That's what I really love about it.
The monies that are raised, do they go to the church and the school, or how does that divide
It goes
up?
to the church general
Just the general
fund,
fund,
yeah,
and that's
right,
all
and
part of
they
it.
all support each other,
Oh,
right?
support each other.
Yep.
Okay, so now we got pre-sale wristbands, the 19th, which is this weekend after Mass, and then all next week, the 21st to the 24th. Where do I get them? Why do I get them?
Sure. So you can get the pre-sale wristbands for $15 versus at the festival it's $20. So you save $5.
And the wristband does what for me?
And the wristband is good for one day, any day, basically. So if you want to go 2 days, you buy 2 wristbands, you turn in your card, you get a wristband, and you get unlimited rides. So it's really a good value. You don't have to spend
I want to go on the ride. I want to go on the ride.
Yeah, it's fun because sometimes they'll have the fun house, and you'll see the little kids just come out of the fun house and go right back in, and they'll be able to do it 10 times or whatever. So it's really great. It's a good savings for a family, and it allows them to really enjoy the festival.
Okay.
And they'll be available all week long at the rectory, so you can buy them at the rectory during business hours, and then, as you said, after Mass on Saturday and Sunday.
Dr. Chris Breeden is sponsoring the fish fry on Friday night.
Yep.
And the St. Mary's fish fry is historic. I mean, for
Yep.
how well it is produced and how great it tastes.
And
Saturday's go ahead.
Yeah, and just on the fish fry, one thing that we did just recently is we added shrimp as well. So you
Oh.
get the fish fry, and then you get fried shrimp as well. So that's a little
okay.
addition for us, something new that we've been trying. And it went over really well last Lenten season, and we're doing it again for the festival.
Saturday, the Polish dinner is a plated dinner.
Right.
So that you're being served.
Right, right, and we're Schrodek's out of Hamtramck. They're bringing it up. They do a lot of the sausages and all the Polish fare, and so we're hoping for a good response on that.
And then Sunday all afternoon, the chicken comes from.
I don't know.
No, well, we'll find out. We'll find out. That's a good answer, though.
I was researching that
That's
before.
the honest answer. That's
That's
the
right.
honest answer.
Now,
Friday night, go ahead.
Yeah, one other thing that's new for this year, we've done it for several years, is we had our St. Clair Idol. And we're not bringing St. Clair Idol back this year. We're trying to mix it up. A lot of times I think people maybe are uncomfortable, doing singing or karaoke and so on. So, but it had a great run. Really, really enjoyed it. So this year on Sunday, we're having a Minute to Win It contest. And so it's for 16 and over, and it's $5 to enter, and basically we're going to run it as a 50-50. So the top person's going to get the big prize, and the runner-up's going to get a cash prize, basically.
So what happens in the minute?
So if you're familiar with the TV show Minute to Win It.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you've got different.
I only watch Channel 6.
Okay, so
when I'm on.
Okay, very good. So the Minute to Win It is it's games of skill. So tabletop games of skill. So you're either stacking golf balls, or you're taking Skittles out of one cup into the next cup in 1 minute, basically.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to have several rounds. So you're going to have your first round contestants, and if they make it through the second round, then they keep going, and basically it's a tournament. And again, it's for 16 and over, and we're hoping we have a good response this year.
Beautiful.
With Minute to Win It.
One of the things that the ladies would love to talk about, just not me to talk about, but you to talk about specifically, is the delicious homemade pies.
Well, the homemade pies are a big hit. We sell hundreds of them.
Yeah.
If you don't get them at the festival, they are available after the festival.
Oh, really?
Yep, we make a lot of them, and we sell a lot of them after the festival. You just contact the rectory, and we'll make arrangements to sell you a pie even afterwards. But we have the apple pies and different berry pies.
Blueberry.
Yep, they're tremendous. The bake tent is a huge fundraiser for us. We sell a lot of baked goods, and we really appreciate everyone's donations. The other big fundraiser, of course, for us is the White Elephant tent. So the White Elephant tent, they'll be lined up waiting to get in at 4 p.m. on Friday, and that's when the event kicks off. The Midway opens at 4 p.m. on Friday, and everything will be open at that time.
All weekend long, you've got a sports bar beer tent.
Yep.
With so you watch all the games. Everything
Right,
will be on.
right.
Carnival rides, and which company was it again?
It's Elliott Amusements. Elliott
Okay.
Amusements been with us now for over 7 years.
Okay.
They're coming back. They're a great family company. Deb Elliott and her family do a nice job. Very, very friendly organization, and we're really happy to have them back.
What is the raffle this year?
The raffle this year, it's cash prizes again. So
Okay.
we're going to have $5,000 cash prizes and then various staggered prizes. There's like 7 different prizes.
Craft tent, you mentioned, White Elephant. The bake tent, we talked about the pies. Farmer's tent, that's always good. They bring fresh fruits and vegetables in.
Right, yep. You got apples, you can get your pumpkins there, you can get your bales of hay, bales of straw for decorations for fall. It's a really, really neat event.
So it's a big weekend. It's 3 days. It's Friday, starts Friday at 4 o'clock, runs through Sunday at 8.
Correct.
And it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday the 25th, 26th, 27th at 6th Street and
Orchard, right here.
Orchard.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, great. Have we missed anything?
No, I think we covered it. Thank you.
It's you've been doing this quite a number of years. My
7
friend.
years for me.
7 years.
Yep.
I got. Do you get the same co-chair or?
Yep.
They vary.
No, Sue Warchel is she's runs the whole thing, and again, I do 4 different things.
As they say, you've got your place in heaven.
Well, I hope so.
After being
I hope so.
chair for
No.
7 years on an event
Yeah, no, it's
as
a lot.
large as this.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's neat to see it all open up at 4 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah.
Very
Always
good.
a pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much.
You did a good job today, and we encourage everybody to get to St. Mary's, 6th and Orchard, and have a fun weekend. So it's going to be a big weekend next weekend. The Whistles on the Waters all day Saturday, St. Mary's Fall Festival Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So lots of things for you and your family to do. Till next time, Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Tune in again soon for another episode of Focus. Make sure to check CTV out on www.watchctv.org or like us on Facebook.